Walking down 29th and Park, I saw you.
Before I became an alcoholic, well, I don't know. I think always been an alcoholic. My parents were alcoholics, so I inherited the disease. Uh, First time I experienced uh, alcohol was probably about, I'd say, 4 or 5 years old. What motivated me to become a to abstain from alcohol was I had to be sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And everything I've tried, I'd say I was going to drink. I was good for 2 or 3 days. All of a sudden, I went back drinking. Going through that all my life, uh, not until I would say maybe about 40, no, or 30, 38 around there, that I had stopped drinking. I was a blackout drinker. When I drink, I black out. And my blackouts, uh, I wouldn't know what I'd done. The one thing, there's two people in my life that helped me. And I had to say first one was my friend Nick Ramirez from Del Valle Foods for the Store that took me to Mexico and dropped me off there, where I stayed 2.5 years homeless. Alcohol. I worked at liquor stores, so I was always around alcohol. I learned, I had to go through what I had to go through, the suffering that I had to go there, being homeless. Way different than the suffering homeless here. Is nothing. Over there, you don't work, you don't eat. Over there, I faced a lot of fear. I faced death, uh, jealousy because I speak English. I'm not from there. Why am I here in their land when it's better in my own land? Uh, Surviving that, like I say, him taking me for me to face all that helped me. And when I got out and I done my program and I finished, I had to move back to Madera because I was on parole, and they said I had to finish since I was out of the program. I had to finish doing my parole in Madera. I don't be work with others as a group. So that's been my foundation for my sobriety, you know. And what I learned out of the whole thing is that I'll never be cured. You know, it's one day at a time. But I have to be doing my program. So what I learned is the 15 months, the 15 years that I had at the beginning without the program, I was a dry drunk. I didn't work on myself. I didn't see what my harm causes. The difference now, I have 12 years in Alcoholics Anonymous, sobriety. I've changed my life. I've changed my ways, and I've learned how to work with others better. When I got out and I done my program and I finished, I had to move back to Madera because I was on parole, and they said I had to finish since I was out of the program. I had to finish doing my parole in Madera. I had to move to Madera, so I went to my friend's house, then I just barely got a job at Fresno State through a temporary agency, then at Solution One, and so I knew I figured my friend's a welder, and I've known him since we were 5 years old. I figured that if he's a welder, he's got his own business, maybe I'd get a job with him. So I went to his house. His name's Faustino Chavera. I went to his house and asked him if he had any work, because I had the parole in Madera. And he asked me, he goes, well, where are you going to stay? At that time, I bought a little car. I had a little car. So I bought my little car, and I told myself, I'll stay in my car. So fortunately, one of the renters there, his father passed away, and his mother wanted to get rid of an RV. So my friend told me, he goes, you got a job still? I go, yeah, at Fresno State. He goes, how about if I buy that RV and you pay me? And then once you finish paying me, then you go ahead and move it, He says, and you still continue working at your job at Fresno State. So I said, okay. So he helped me by letting him make payments and I have a place to stay. Contracted worker through Solution One, and then they got rid of that program and hired another one, which is ABM, and I never missed work. And they told ABM to put me on their contract. They were proud of my work. So then I got hired from the state. Now you can imagine. First I was awarded to the state. Now I work for the state. Now that couldn't have been possible had I not had Alcoholics Anonymous using my 12-step program and using Alcoholics Anonymous to get me to where now I work for the state. That's the miracles that that anything's possible if you want it. But you have to do the work. And that's why I'm so committed to Alcoholics Anonymous today, and know that it's a way of life for me, not part of my life. It's a way of life. And now I got 7 years, going on 8 years working for the state. I have my benefits, and all that's possible. Wouldn't have been possible had I not had Alcoholics Anonymous. And even there at Fresno State, they know I'm an advocate for Alcoholics Anonymous, and they all recognize that. So that's good. That's what contributed me to work there and keep working there, and knowing that we can beat this disease. There's no cure. We won't win the war on alcoholism, but we can win the battle.
'Cause baby, you look happier, you do. My friends told me one day I'll feel it too. And until then I'll smile and hide the truth, that I know I was happier with you. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah. Sat in the corner of the room, everything's reminding me of you. Nursing